So I am holding a plank. This simple exercise, it builds your mental strength and your physical fitness. You don't stop at 15, you don't stop at 30, you don't stop at 1 minute, you don't stop at 5 minutes, you don't stop at 10 minutes. Boys and girls, please see the plank position. And I would recommend for each one of you, at some point at Scindia School, please record your personal best. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is my absolute honor to have been invited as a speaker this morning. Thank you. Can anyone make a guess what is the world record for holding a plank, a simple plank? Yeah, please go ahead.
9 hours 50.
I can't hear you.
9 hours 37 minutes.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I'm really surprised, I thought nobody will know the answer of holding a plank in this position for 9 hours 38 minutes. It is superhuman. But what it means, it defines mental toughness, mental endurance, and your grit. In addition to your physical fitness, it has to be there to do a plank and hold it for that much of time. You need to have very strong core, strong muscle, strong shoulders, and the upper body as well as the lower body. Let me take you to 2022. The COVID was ending, and during COVID times I had decided that I'm going to raise money for underprivileged children who had lost access to education during COVID times. So I was in touch with a very large international NGO called Save the Children, and I said, this is my purpose, so let's do a partnership. So I said, I will ride for Save the Children and raise money from corporates who have large CSR funds. So I chose to ride on the Golden India Quadrilateral 6,000 kilometers under 40 days. That meant, in my mind, I had given myself averaging about 180 to 200 kilometers day in, day after. So first 3 days I did exactly, I covered about 650 kilometers in 3 days. Prayagraj, I said, I'm getting fatigued. Lactic acid starts to build up in your muscles. Muscles start to get sore. There is physical pain in the body. A typical day is you start in the morning at 6 o'clock and you end the day at 6:30 in the evening. So for 12 hours you are on the Indian highway and you are on a drop bike. Drop bike means the handles are like this, and your neck is constantly in this position. So what happens during a typical ride day is you spend energies. You are burning energy, you are burning carbohydrates to get energy to cycle, and then you have to deal with the pain. So on a 12-hour ride, if I am riding 200 kilometers, I am burning 5,000 calories. Now to burn 5,000 calories, you have to also take in as much, but after a point, your digestive system shuts down. So maximum you can absorb is about 2,500 calories. So imagine you are deficit daily by 2,500 calories. So by the end of 15 days or 20 days, you look like a skeleton. The other thing is, as I said, you have to deal with pain because there is constant pain, 24 hours. When you are up in the morning, you have pain in your muscle because of lactic acid, still you have to ride. So what I do, on my handlebar, I put a sticker. And I write on the sticker, which I stick it on, shut up pain. That is how I tell my mind, listen, there will be pain, so I continue my journey. Two things I also do before I start these long ultra rides. Number one, pray to God and tell Him, please God, let me succeed. Please. Next, I pray to myself, I tell myself, I said, Gagan, you will not stop until you fall and break a bone and you are unable to get back onto the bike. So this happens every day, every time. Whenever I am low and I feel like stopping, I say, nahi yaar, chalo. So this is a part of ultra extreme sports. But dear boys and girls, this journey for sports, ultra sports, extreme sports started at the playing fields of Scindia School. Now please listen to it very carefully. In my class 10th and 11th, I passed out in 1974. I would not get selected in the first 11 of any team. No cricket, no football, no hockey. So I had two choices, either to sit on the bench and watch others play or run. So I used to run. And I used to run and run until I could not run anymore. Sometimes I would run 2 cross countries back to back. By the end of 1974, when we were passing out, I was known as the marathon boy of the school. And even today my batch still calls me marathon man. You know, dear boys and girls, please listen to this also very carefully. You know, this is the lesson I learnt at the Scindia School playing fields. You know, this is your thought process. As I said, shut up pain is you're training your mind. Similarly, you have to talk to yourself. Positive thoughts will bring about positive emotions. If you always think and say, I will fail, surely you will fail. If you say on the contrary, I will succeed, and I will succeed, surely you will succeed. Remember this mantra. Have positive thoughts in your mind. That is how you will lead your life in anything what you do. Now you see, from not getting in the first 11 of any team in class 11, I was given the Soba Icon Award in sports in 2023. Now, leaving school, I said, time to party. So my father was posted in Calcutta. He used to work in a bank. So I went to Kolkata. I got admission in St. Xavier's College and in a BCom course. So 6 months I had real fun, all party and no work, no studies. So my father asked me one day, what do you want to do in life? You're only, after Scindia School, you're not doing anything except not studying, just having fun. I said, Papa, business karni hai. So my dad told me, business needs capital. I have no capital. I am a bank employee. I work for a bank. He said, my advice to you would be to study to be a chartered accountant. And that is what I did. I qualified as a chartered accountant. And then after I had passed out, I told my dad, listen, my dream still remains the same. I want to do business. He said, jo karna karo. You want to do a practice, you want to do business, but listen, I am not going to give you money. Ultimately, I set up a non-banking finance company. I got money from angel investors, some private equity funds, and I set up a non-banking finance company, which is a listed company on the stock market. Now I was in the mid-40s, 45. I had a dream. There are 2 types of people in this world. Let me tell you about dream and dreaming. First type of people who dream at night. In the morning when they get up, they realize it was only a dream. Kuch hoega nahi. There is the second type of people who dream by the day, and they are the people who make their dreams happy, make it happen. They follow their dreams, they reach their rainbow. So you have to decide, boys and girls, where do you want to be? In the first category, dream at night, in the morning it's all over. Or dream by day, make your dreams happen, and it can happen and it will happen if you follow the mantra, succeed, succeed, succeed. At the age of 30, I had this maddening dream of climbing Mount Everest. So in mid-40s, I was in pretty good physical shape. I was mentally strong, and I had also trained a bit to climb. So with some more training, I thought I could summit Mount Everest. This was an obsession in my head. It would occupy 50% of my mental time in my head. Everest. I knew the entire route right from Everest Base Camp, the first camp, the second camp, the third camp, the Hillary step, the summit. I knew everything. I had seen movies, I had seen documentaries, I had seen everything. And that dream was shattering in my mind. But this is life, you go on. So Everest didn't happen. Now I was in late 40s, 49. So I took a motorcycle trip from Delhi to Leh Ladakh via Manali. One of the high passes at 16,000 feet, I saw a lone girl coming from the opposite side on a cycle. So I was shocked. I said, here we are on a motorcycle and we are panting for breath and saying, oxygen kam hai, yahan se bhago, aage chalo, piche aa jao. And here this girl is coming. So obviously I stopped and talked to her. She was an Australian girl. So what she was doing, she was cycling from Leh to Manali, doing a recce of the route. She would reach Manali, put her cycle on a bus, go back to Leh, and then she was actually a tour leader of a cycling group coming from Australia. So then she would receive them and again she would cycle back to Leh. I said, my God, back to back twice on this road. It's quite a scary road because less oxygen and you can hardly breathe at some point, some of the points. I said, yeah, if she can do it, I will come back next year and do it. Because I had never cycled. I was only a runner and fitness. I said, next year to maine aana hi hai. So next year I bought a bike. I trained for 3 months in Delhi and I went and I reached Manali and I cycled up to Leh. It took me 9 days on my first trip. Thereafter I have cycled twice more, so 3 times I have cycled from Manali to Leh. But the cycling bug caught me. Somehow I was feeling that I can live my Everest dream. So cycling, then I started to take part in cycling events. One event I took where I cycled 500 kilometers in 24 hours. That was Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur. So this bug had now caught me. It was not an easy thing to do, but if you train well, if you are mentally strong, it is possible to achieve most of the things in life. So now, from 50s, I was coming to 60. I said, now I'm going to be 60 years in 2016. And this dream I have not lived and I have dreamt all my life to do some extreme sport, extreme adventure. Everest to हुआ नहीं, अब एक काम करते हैं, let me cycle from Leh, top of India, to the bottom of India, Leh Ladakh to Kanyakumari. I went to my wife and I said, मैंने ये करना है. She said, हाँ ये करो. Without realizing, it is very risky. It is a very risky thing to be cycling on the Indian highways. So, after I finished my 2016 ride, there is an Indian TV channel called Epic. Epic made a movie on my ride from Leh to Kanyakumari, and the film is called Hai Janoon. So, boys and girls, if you ever get the time and an opportunity, please watch this movie Hai Janoon. It might inspire you, and this ride was also to raise money for Scindia School as well, the kids. as far as I am concerned, there are 5 things which are required to achieve success. It can be in any field, adventure, it can be in anything, your work, your business. Number 1, you must have a desire. Boys and girls, are you listening? I can't hear you. Number 1, have a desire. If you have no desire, क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं कर सकोगे. Number 2, acquire skills to achieve that desire. Number 3, take action. If you don't take action, we will be all sitting on our seats. Number 4, have mental resolve. Because in your journey, you will have more failures than successes. Failures should not hamper you. Ultimately, and then the last is a bit of luck. So if you have a desire, acquire the skills, take action, mental resolve, bit of luck is equal to success. Remember it. Now my journey of cycling, ultra cycling, running, it all continued. And people ask me why I do these extreme adventures, because it involves risk and health issues. So I tell them I do it for 3 reasons. Number 1 is adventure, because according to me, any extreme adventure, it brings about the best human traits out. Courage, commitment, mental resolve, human resilience to come back each day after a failure. Deal with pain that will come. Pain can be, boys and girls, pain can be physical, mental, emotional. Remember, it is not only physical. Deal with pain. And more importantly, out of comfort zone. Live your life, you must live your life out of your comfort zone. If we lead our lives only in the bedrooms and drawing rooms of our air conditioners, we are living in a comfort zone. That is where we will belong, and we will not see the world. The world is a huge canvas. So we have to live out of our comfort zone. Spiritual, I will not say much on spiritual, but it is a part of spiritual, because when you are on a bike for 12 hours, your mind, you don't feel the pain, your mind goes silent, you come alive, and you see a world from inside you. So we will not discuss spirituality in this talk today. And number 3 is I attach a cause. I try and raise money for children, and I'm attached to this NGO, as I said earlier, Save the Children. So whatever I can do within my means, I try and do. I must make a mention about my life in Scindia School. I am 69 years. The best part of my life and time was spent at Scindia School. Don't think of leaving school कि मेरा एग्जाम खत्म हुआ भागो. No. Enjoy. This is the best time you will ever have. When you pass out, this is the best time you will have. My class of 74, they are the best of my friends. Your batchmates will remain your lifelong friends. During both my trips, Leh to Kanyakumari and Golden India Quad, the friends who supported me were from my class of 1974. They were behind me in a relay, somebody covering 1,000 kilometers, somebody covering 500 kilometers. So what friendship? Please remember that your best friends will remain from your school. Briefly, I will touch, very briefly, is the importance of food, nutrition and gut health. Gut health today, boys and girls, please listen to it very carefully, because this can play a very important role in your life. Your gut health is very important, and that is defined by what you eat. Remember, the immune system of the body, 80% of the immune system of the body lies in your gut. So if your gut is healthy, you will have a strong immune system. If you don't have a healthy gut, you are prone to a bad immune system. Second, there is an axis between brain and gut, a direct axis. Again, what kind of food you eat will define the health of your gut and will define your mental state, depression, bad moods, unable to sleep. Now we are watching all this happening to young boys and girls, men and women. So please take note, eat correctly. This is not my subject. My wife is an expert. She has authored many books on food, nutrition, gut, glucose, girth, everything. So I hear all the time from her and I'm sharing it with you. My final message to you, dear boys and girls, get out of your comfort zone. Have a dream which you dream in the day. Follow your dream. The whole world is waiting for you outside the school. And remember the young boy in Scindia School who could not get in the first 11 of any school, any team, got the Sports Icon Award in 2023. All of you, each one of you can do it, can make it in whatever you want in your life. So be aware of it, live it, have a dream, as I said, and you will be able to achieve it. One day, each one of you can make Scindia School proud, India strong. Lastly, Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.